Hi, I'm Tatum Skipper and welcome to Jackson County Today. Jackson County has a lot to offer. Let's take a look.
Welcome back, as we have been all day today here in beautiful downtown Graceville, part of all that is Jackson County, enjoying the hospitality today of Service Drug here with Stacy Cook, proprietor of Service Drug, has been for the last couple of years, and we're learning a little bit about the heritage, not just the business, but also the mindset, the business ethic and mission statement of Service Drug, and as it has been for almost 100 years. Stacy, forget about the pharmacy just for a moment. One of the coolest things, and the first thing you see when you walk in, is this old soda fountain. Mm-hmm. You see the penny candy, you see the hand-dipped ice cream. And before we leave, I guarantee you my wife and I are going to enjoy all of those things. Talk a little bit about those things and the reaction that you get from people that are coming in for the first time, and your philosophy about all that.
Okay. Well, we do get a lot of first-time visitors at this store. We also get a lot of the college kids from the Baptist College of Florida, and most of them have never seen anything quite like this pharmacy or soda fountain. And some of you had the pleasure of growing up in the time where you went to the pharmacy and there was always a soda fountain there. But these, the younger generation, they are not used to that at all. So, you know, we immediately get like, wow. And everyone stops here usually first, and they place their order for either a milkshake or an ice cream cone, and then they'll go and put in their pharmacy order. But we do feature old-fashioned milkshakes, which we basically whip those up from scratch. You may see Miss Iris or Miss Beth out here making one of those. We have the old-fashioned, we have ice cream style milkshakes. We have hand-dipped ice cream cones. We've just added waffle cones and sugar cones to the selection of cones. So we have the cake cones, sugar cones, and waffle cones. We also have sugar-free ice cream. We carry Bluebell ice cream, and they have a variety of sugar-free products. We have a sugar-free vanilla that we use on a daily basis. We also, if you choose to order the old-fashioned milkshakes, we use syrups in order to make those types of milkshakes. We have a variety of sugar-free syrups to use too. We have vanilla, sugar-free chocolate, sugar-free strawberry, sugar-free grape, sugar-free peach that make great milkshakes. And then we have a wide selection of other products containing sugar. We do snow cones, usually when the weather's right. And it's funny, here at the store, on the coldest day of the year will be the day that everyone wants ice cream, which is hilarious to me.
Well, these days, a huge sensitivity toward gluten and diabetic type conditions, and it's unusual to find a place that doesn't offer some of that. But the exception typically is the small store like this, and been in a lot of small shops such as this one, and they don't have those options which are people friendly. So hats off to you for that. The penny candy. I grew up in the 50s, and you know, that was the big thing. Your parents gave you a nickel and you came back with a big old bag of candy. You do have the selection of the penny candies. Haven't looked close enough to see if they're really a penny, but I imagine that we've moved on, and inflation has taken its toll.
A little bit more, yeah.
So I imagine you've got the kids that come in and enjoy that.
We do. And when we took the store over, you know, candy and snacks were featured, but one thing I wanted us to add was a candy shop section of the store, and we feature the old-fashioned candy sticks, which are popular. And when you go on a visit to another maybe part of the mountains, that was something that we always stopped at. And pharmacies and old soda fountain stores, they've always contained things like that. So we wanted to bring those old-fashioned candy sticks back, and we have, you know, several candy containers that are, most of everything's under $1, and those are souvenirs for some people.
We talked about pharmacy, we talked about the hand-dipped ice cream, the soda fountain, the penny candy, the jewelry and the clothing. But as I look around a little more closely, I see that you're literally a one-stop shop. There are a lot of household items that you could find in a grocery store or a hardware store. I would imagine all part of your effort to make this exactly that. Come on in here, get what you need. I see cleansers and that sort of thing. Was that part of the change that you made when you took over?
Well, When Mr. Tom owned the store, he featured some of those other cleansers and other items. He also, one staple of the store were hard to find little, for instance, wintergreen and other types of little tiny tincture bottles, and we've still kept that section to the store, but we did add the household items. We feature a $1 section now, where all of the items in the section are $1. And we just had some younger people come here last week, and he was so excited to find that section, and he bought several things from there, and he said, guys, this is just $1. And we told him we have it all the time, so throughout your school year you're welcome to come back. And so that's one section that we did add.
Well, I dare say that in this number of square feet that you have here, you have packed not just a large number of retail items, but a huge amount of history. And if somebody were to come in here in their 50s or 60s or even older, bring back a lot of memories. And I've asked you this a couple times in a couple of different ways, but I can't imagine that overwhelming response when somebody comes in is awe. They open their mouth, they go, wow, look at this. You could actually literally spend an hour walking around just looking in here without spending a penny. I imagine you get that reaction a lot.
We do. And two, we've really tried to emphasize at different fairs that we've attended. We attend the Heritage Village Christmas celebration that they have out there, and we really want to emphasize the history and the items that are on display just for viewing, and we want people to come here to see those. Even, in pharmacy school, in our history of pharmacy books, we learned about old-fashioned apothecaries and drugstores just like this one, and you could imagine what they were like. And then whenever I came here and I just paid attention to the details, it's fabulous. And even it's another goal of mine to have colleges like the one that I attended, FAMU, and other ones, are welcome to schedule tours just to come see this place. It would fit perfectly into their course to get a true picture of the history of pharmacy.
We had the luxury of meeting some of your staff and experiencing some of your store off-site at the Graceville Fall Festival last year. Matter of fact, my wife and I both got our flu shots there.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You mentioned that outreach, that offering and attending these kind of off-site events. We thought that was a pretty cool idea, offering those flu shots in an environment where somebody doesn't have to take a half a day off from work, or their children don't have to take them out of school to go get a flu shot, or take up a weekend, which maybe they really deservedly need to get away from things. So instead of having to go to a pharmacy to do that, you made that available at a festival where these people already were. It made total sense.
And that's another thing, the vaccines. We added that program this year as well. One of our staff pharmacists, Carla Barber, she attended the courses necessary to be licensed to administer vaccinations. We can do those to persons 18 years of age and older. And so we added that this year, and we had a great response from the community. And we tried to get the word out through flyers and other things to doctors' offices to let them know of our services. We actually had a request from our local nurse practitioner to offer these services because of the way that her scheduling was done. She couldn't afford to, spend 30-minute block on just giving a flu shot. And so that's how that program came about. And we did have a good response from this community. And I think that program will grow too in the future. But attending events such as the Harvest Festival, that is just one way for us to get the word out. Most people in that fall season are, flu is just on everybody's mind. And when we figured that would be one way to attract people to our booth is flu vaccines. And then as we were there, we showed them our brochures about what our pharmacy offers just besides the flu vaccines. And we try to give them a little bit of a taste as to what all the pharmacy offers besides the flu vaccine.
Yeah, and that was what was cool about it. We had the opportunity to meet Carla and found out she was the daughter of a friend of ours, Joyce Wells, and so again, that sense of community was underscored. Thank you so much for taking the time this afternoon.
You're very welcome.
We've enjoyed our tour of your business. You can be sure that we're going to return, and anytime that we're on the way to Dothan or have friends, we're going to suggest that we stop by, have an ice cream cone or a fountain drink. Best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
I'd like to check in with you again sometime in the near future and talk a little bit about your progress working with the city and helping to remediate some of the parking issues. And again, just thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Here today in downtown Graceville, Florida, part of beautiful Jackson County, enjoying today the heritage, the history, the business community right here in Graceville. Many times you find yourself driving down that interstate or along a busy state highway. Take that opportunity to jog over just a block or two or get off the interstate and go what we call off-road and find these beautiful gems that exist, again, where you least expect them. You're watching Jackson County Today, and we will be right back.